Hi, this is Patty Jackson from Clear Inner Focus, and I would like to share some strategies on how to maintain better emotional and mental health. I was supposed to be working with someone today who has been experiencing anxiety attacks, and I feel so deeply for this person because I am sure that it's difficult to come to this call. And so I wanted to share with anyone who might be listening that if you're feeling anxiety, if you're feeling a lot of stressful emotions, if you're noticing you're not being who you want to be, if you're noticing you're getting lost in thoughts and feelings, and it's bigger than what you believe other people are doing, I get it. I say a lot of this stuff is normal human stuff, and yes, it is. And yes, sometimes we can take that normal human stuff we do and really ramp it up till it gets to a point where it's so uncomfortable that it doesn't feel normal. Yet, we all do it to some extent. We all start feeling feelings and get scared of our feelings and then don't want to interrupt other people with their feelings and these kind of things. You can't control your feelings, but you can control your breath. So if you're feeling intense emotional feelings, what I'd like you to know is one of the most powerful things you can do is choose to just stop for a minute and take a couple deep breaths. And imagine filling your energy field around you, your energy bubble, and just feeling it and wrapping yourself in a warm blanket of love. Like the biggest arms of a mom or dad, just breathing and bringing it in towards you. Imagining the biggest part of you, the most loving, unconditional part of you or the divine that you can imagine. Just coming in and saying, it's okay to be right here. It's scary, it's not fun, and it's okay. When you do that, you will have powerfully controlled two of the things you can control, and that's your breath and your response. And when you choose to respond to yourself with acceptance and love, you will have taken a huge step in turning around the momentum of your old habits. The next thing you control is your focus. So what are you focused on? Are you focused on the problem? I'm feeling anxiety and I'm trying to accept it. Are you focused on the problem? I keep going back and doing this over and over again, or I keep procrastinating, or I keep picking up and picking at old memories from the past? Or are you focusing on, oh my goodness, here I am. It's okay to be here. Where do I want to be? What would I want to be experiencing? Once you respond to yourself with love and use your breath to accept everything that's going on, your thoughts and feelings, you can start to flip your focus from what's wrong with me, or from I can't, or I don't know, or I don't have, to wait a minute, I want. You can flip your focus from the scary what if by just breathing a little bit and accepting it. The scary what if is something that we all have, but I can respond to it with acceptance. I don't have to be scared of my scary what if. Again, when you control your breath and breathe and just accept what is, the momentum of those thoughts zinging out into more and more fear can slow down. And once that slows down, you can start to flip your focus, the next thing you can control. What do I want to be thinking? What would I prefer to be feeling? What would I prefer to be experiencing? When you do this on the inside world for a minute or two, without having to control the outside world, you will have done another powerful step in not only flipping your focus and feeling better right now, but in also repaving those inner habits inside of you, those neural pathways that fire and can feel like they're taking you way away from who you want to be. Okay, so when you flip your focus from the scary what if to the magical what if, or the oh no I can't to the what if I can, or I do not want to, wait, what is it I do want? Sometimes it's really hard to flip that because we're so focused on what we don't want and the resistance and fighting it, and that's okay. You can breathe and be patient with yourself and bring awareness and acceptance to yourself. You're there because something really matters, and you thought that the way to get it was to go after it, and eventually it will be. But after you get this clear, grounded inner focus of the picture you want inside, after you're feeling better inside you. So once you give yourself some time, what is it I do want in a perfect world, in a magical world? More often than not, if you're used to focusing on all these other things, it might be really hard to even get to that place of, wow, what is it that I want? What about me? But when you breathe and know it's okay to not know right now, but know that asking yourself a powerful question like, what is it that I'd like? What solution would I like to see? You'll start slowing down. Those feelings that can sometimes take and feel like it's getting you to run away from yourself, get you to run away from your ability to be okay. Breathing, responding to yourself with love and acceptance, noticing your focus and accepting it, and then giving yourself some time to flip it. What's the solution? What's my magical what if? What is it that I want? Where would I rather be? I'm not there now, but it is very important to get clear on that next thing I want. Flipping your focus in this way, and then engaging your imagination and giving it time when you're ready, is what sets your life GPS in the direction of this clear picture of what you want. And your GPS doesn't give you all the directions right away. Your GPS just gives you the next step. Trying to find the A to Z steps is part of what takes us zinging off into that neverland of anxiety, fear, and worry. That's okay. Just breathe. Wow, there I am again. I'm aware. I'm trying to get way ahead of myself. I'm in the scary what ifs, and that's okay. I want to exercise and focus on and strengthen my magical what if. I want to exercise and focus my ability to connect to my heart, connect to my soul's desires and listen to them, and take that worry to wonder, to my inner wisdom. Because then when you drop it in and you finally have that clear inner focus, that picture of what you want next right there, you can feel better no matter what's happening outside you. No one and nothing outside of you can take you away from your ability to find this clear inner focus. And it matters, and it makes a big difference because it does set your life GPS in the direction you want to go. When you're there, when you're clear on what you want next, right for now, you can ask your heart, what's one step I can take? This is another thing that people often do when they're really trying to find their answers, is once we have the clear picture, and then we go zinging out and start asking all kinds of other people to give us their advice. And you have your own answer. Only you know your way. And your wisdom is here for you, here for you. When you again control your breath and breathe. Control your response and just accept where you are. Accept that maybe you don't accept where you are. And that's okay too, just for now. Accept that you don't love yourself right now. You're really mad at yourself right now because you really don't want to be here. But you can breathe and bring in this blanket of warm, unconditional awareness, acceptance, and self-love, even if it doesn't come all the way through your body. As you breathe, this can come to you and be here for you. And in time, you can continue focusing on your heart and soul's desires, getting that clear inner focus, and engaging your imagination in a magical what-if way. Why is it I want it anyhow? What would people be saying? What would I be thinking? Why would it be so cool? Oh my God, I feel good right now. This is how you can use those 4 things you can control to get grounded within yourself. And then you take the next step. What is one step I can take today in the direction of this desire? When you ask that question, your heart, your inner wisdom knows the answer. Taking the time to get to know, to learn and trust yourself, to trust your ability to navigate your inside world, to trust that you do have wisdom within you, to trust that your heart and soul's desires do matter, and then to trust that the universe, God, and life, and other people are here to support you. The other day, I had a client call me on a weekend night asking for support. I knew she was having a really hard time navigating this inside world. But when I checked in with myself, I would really like to help her, and I know she's got this. And I know my self-care is to live my life right here, right now, and also to send her a really great thought of, you know what? You've got this. We've studied these tactics. You have a connection to your inner wisdom. You know how to go from worry to wonder to wisdom. And we can keep our appointment soon. And I'm going to be able to hear what you've learned from it. Because when you focus on what you've learned, when you focus on what's working, when you take time to just look at the strategies that work, instead of picking and dissecting and focusing on what's not working and what scares you, again, you start to get those neural pathways reestablished. So you can feel things like worry and then simply go to wonder and your wisdom. You can start feeling things like anxiety. Breathe, love, and accept yourself, and start to get that inner pathway of feeling anxiety and coming back to your groundedness within and taking strong steps forward. Again, the 4 things that you can control are your breath, your responses, your focus, your imagination, and finally, your outside responses. I hope this helps. I hope you feel relief within you right now. If you want more, you can look at the Clear Inner Focus tool with the guided recording and try actually doing the steps of breathing and looking at the things you're thinking, feeling, and experiencing right now, and accept them as you write them down. As you write them down, it slows them down. It makes them visible. It makes them concrete, so they're not so scary. When you can breathe and accept that you're thinking thoughts like, what if I'm not okay? What if I do something that makes me look incredibly ridiculous in front of somebody else? Or what if I do something that hurts somebody else? And you look at them and say, this is just a thought, and it's okay to think this, and it's okay to feel this feeling that I'm feeling with it. This feeling is saying, redirect your focus. What do I want? Oh, I want to get in the car and I want to be okay. I want to be safe. I want to stay focused on the road. As you continue to exercise these new thought patterns, you can have a whole new experience of your own emotions, your own ability, and your own enjoyment of life. I hope this helps. I'm Patty Jackson of Clear Inner Focus.